Hey guys, I'm Emiline, aka Winterstar Cosplay, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you two different methods for doing self-photo shoots. Now, these photo shoots can be for cosplay specifically, or just taking your own photographs when maybe you don't have a friend, family member, or photographer around. Whatever the reason may be, I hope that these methods are helpful to you and can show you that you definitely don't need a photographer in order to take pictures of yourself. And believe it or not, you can actually get some really good pictures out of self-photography. This is my original design Christmas tree dress. I took my own pictures for this. I took my own pictures for my General Emiline cosplay and for my Lady Sif cosplay. I will be showing you how I made these pictures today. Quick note, it is definitely possible to take your own pictures without something like a tripod, but having one just makes it so much easier. So if you're going to be taking a lot of your own cosplay pictures or just normal pictures, getting a tripod is definitely an investment that you should make. The first method of taking your own cosplay pictures that I'm going to show you today is done indoors using a phone, a tripod, and a remote trigger. I don't have any kind of professional studio in my house, so instead I have my two studio lights, which I set up in conjunction to the very nice bright window I have. And together these make a very nice bright lighting situation for taking pictures. To have a nice smooth backdrop, I hang up a black sheet in my closet across my curtain rod to get a nice smooth background. As you can see here, I just have my tripod set up in front of that with my two studio lights along with my window in the background, which altogether provide a great place to take some portrait shots. Now, I did mention that I would be using a remote trigger, and one like this is just super cheap and it can just connect to my phone via Bluetooth. I obviously don't want this trigger to be visible while I'm taking pictures, so there are a lot of methods you can use to hide it, including hiding it behind a prop, under your hand, or just behind your body, depending on what pose you're doing and what type of pictures you're making. There's a lot of creative ways you can use to hide the remote trigger. I've even used my foot to trigger it before. Because my closet is fairly small and the sheet I have is fairly small as well, the only types of pictures I'm able to get with this setup is portrait shots, which is why I like to go outdoors later and do full body shots, since it's a lot easier to get the full effect of the cosplay with full body shots as compared to portrait and detail shots like this. Okay, so here are the finished cosplay pictures I took of my Lady Sif cosplay indoors. I actually kind of like how they turned out, and it just goes to show that you don't need another person to take pictures of yourself. This is a really simple and easy method, and you can get some great results with it. When you are taking your own cosplay pictures, there is a lot more to keep track of. You have to be the cosplayer who made the costume, the modeler, the photographer, the editor, just all the different things, and it's a lot more to keep track of, and it makes everything take longer and just be a little bit more difficult. But you can still get some really good results with it. One other thing to keep in mind when doing your own photo shoots, or even if you're doing photo shoots with or for another person, is to take lots of pictures. Take more pictures than you think you'll need, because the more pictures you take, the more of a chance there will be that you will like some of them. This has definitely been true in my experience. I can sometimes take 100 or more pictures for a single photo shoot and only have 2 or 3 that I actually really like. So let's go ahead and move on to the second method for taking your own cosplay pictures. This portion of it will be done outdoors, just to show you that you don't need to do it indoors in a studio, and you can just take your own cosplay pictures wherever you might be. For this portion of the photo shoot, I didn't go anywhere fancy, just a small nature walk by a river with a lot of different trees and great places to take photos. And for this one, I'm using a DSLR camera instead of a phone. And for this, I do not have a remote trigger for it, but there is a self-timer mode. I can set it to either 2 or 10 seconds, both of which can provide plenty of time for me to get around to the other side of the camera and get into position. As you can see, I still am using a tripod here because, again, it makes it so much easier to get great angles and better pictures if you have a tripod to set your camera or phone on. This camera also has a small screen that I can flip around so I can see the pictures I'm taking while I'm taking them. It is not necessary to have this feature on your camera, but it just makes it a lot easier and a lot quicker when you're taking your own pictures. When you are using a self-timer mode on a camera, make sure to check when it focuses, because some cameras will focus when you press the button and others will focus when it takes the picture. And you don't want to have it focused on the background or way ahead of yourself when you're taking your own pictures, because once a picture is blurry and out of focus, there's not a whole lot you can do about it. For this photo shoot outdoors, I went to a couple different locations nearby and did a couple different angles just to make sure that I got a wide variety of pictures in case I liked some more than others, or if the lighting or posing was just better in one location than another. Speaking of posing, something that I didn't mention earlier that I like to do before almost all of my photo shoots is to go to Pinterest and make a Pinterest board of pose ideas and references for when I'm taking my pictures. I also like to go in front of a mirror with my props or even in full costume and practice the poses beforehand, so I have kind of a general idea of the poses I want to do and the pictures I want to take. And that's a wrap! We're gonna get the tripod and everything, and then we're gonna head back. Hopefully I got some good pictures. It's hard to tell with self shoots. You really should look at the pictures you took while you're at the site to make sure that you have pictures that you like. But I'm really cold because there's a lot of snow and it's like 20 something degrees. These are some of the pictures that I took during the second portion of my photo shoot for my Lady Sif cosplay, and I took these myself and I edited them myself, and I think they turned out pretty good. So that is all I have for you guys today, and I hope you liked this video, and if you did, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, you know, the things YouTubers are supposed to say, so that you don't miss any of my future cosplay content. I really enjoyed making this video, and I hope that you guys liked watching it, and so thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.